What is good, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. And today we're going to be looking at Shadow Hitmonchan. If you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. It helps the channel grow. Upload daily PvP content. And in this video, we're going to be testing out a bunch of different teams around Hitmonchan, Shadow variant. And in this first matchup, we're leading with Altaria. Now, this is a mirror match with another Altaria. And our Altaria, I believe, is number 2 or 3 IV-wise. So, very good. But we are going to lose the CMP tie as a result of that. But the benefit to that is that we'll be able to farm down the other Altaria before it can farm us down, and we will in switch advantage. So, very good start here. And let's see what our opponent brings in. This video is going to basically be Shadow Hitmonchan in a bunch of different lineups, seeing how it performs overall. They bring in the Azumarill, so I'm just going for Sky Attack here, let the Azumarill take me out. And at this point, we're going to bring in our own Azumarill for the mirror match. Now, I am running Play Rough on this Azumarill, Play Rough and Hydro Pump. I do like Play Rough for the mirror match, however, depending on what your team build is, Ice Beam can perform better. If you're really weak to grass and stuff, you might prefer Ice Beam. But I do have Ice Punch on my Hitmonchan at least. And the Altaria, of course, covers grass very well. So I decided to go Play Rough here. And this opposing Azumarill also has Play Rough. So we do beat it to Charge Move. This will KO the Azumarill, but they do choose to burn a shield, which is fine. We should match a shield here and beat this Azumarill to the next charge move. They actually go for the Ice Beam bait, which is fine because another Ice Beam won't KO anyways. And we farm up a little extra there, go for the Play Rough. And this Azumarill is going to get taken out, and they're going to bring in a Bastion on the end, so this is perfect for us. And we actually got the charge move, which is a big mistake there. Should just went for the Play Rough to get rid of the shield, but either way, Hitmonchan's going to absolutely run over this Bastion. The damage is going to be insane here. And I like running Power Up Punch on Hitmonchan. I like the boosted counter damage. However, it makes sense for a lot of people to go with maybe Thunder Punch as another move for some extra coverage. Either way, a good first win there. And Clark F is up next. And these matches took place obviously in the first part of Season 1. So this is when there was very few rank 10s in Season 1. It was very early on. So this is equivalent to maybe like rank 9 today. Higher rank 9 battles. We're facing the Swampert here. Or no, we're leading Swampert against Skarmory, sorry. So this team's going to consist of Swampert and Hitmonchan, I believe Azumarill in the back. We'll have to see. But Swampert lead, I really like it in Great League. Now, the one thing about this team is that when I made this in Season 1, grass types were not that popular. Aside from Meganium, you didn't really see many grass types, and a lot of times you wouldn't see teams with any grass type at all. So it was very safe to just run Swampert out there in the lead position. But now with all of these boosts to grass types, Bullet Seed, I feel like the return of Great League is going to see a lot of grass type Pokemon. And it's going to be really risky to run the same lineup. But it's going to be really interesting. I'm really happy that Great League's coming back. You know, I've been getting my ass whooped in Master League, so maybe I could make a final push to rank 10 here in the Great League, but we'll have to see. Here I don't shield the Shadow Ball, which is a big mistake. And we're going to end up losing this match. Obviously, Hitmonchan cannot do anything to Azumarill. Had I shielded that Shadow Ball, we would have been in a great position. However, obviously it's always very difficult to tell what Haunter is going to throw out because it charges energy so quickly, and you never want to get hit by the Shadow Punch bait, so you know it's really a risk. But in that case, they did bait me with, or they did not bait, sorry. They went straight for the Shadow Ball, which I did not go for shielding, and we ended up getting hit by it, so that's going to cause us to get blown out in this game. Azumarill is going to finish us off here. Actually, brings in the Haunter to do it. And very well played game there by my opponent, Clark F. And we're going to lose that one. Hitmonchan sort of got walled there by the Azumarill. Haunter is also very bad for him. Patapon is up next. And in this matchup, we're leading Umbreon. So Umbreon is a very popular lead in Great League as well. They lead to Sableye, obviously very favorable for us. And they bring in Azumarill. I'm going to bring in my own Azumarill here for the mirror match. If they do not have Play Rough, it's very good for us. And it looks like they might have Hydro Pump here, to be honest. No, it is Play Rough, okay. So, they do have an energy lead on us, but we're both running Play Rough, so it's going to be a pretty even match. I do want to win the switch advantage, of course. So I will invest shields here because my Umbreon would be beneficial if I can line it up with the Sableye and have whatever else they have in the back left for the Hitmonchan. We don't know if the Hitmonchan will be good in that matchup anyway, so switch advantage is very important here. So I do shield this up. And it looks like I was thinking about committing to the farm down, but it's a little too risky there, especially because our health is low, so we just go for the play rough. They do not shield, which is very good for us. No, they bring in Melmetal here, so perfect for us. We actually get off this play rough, which is really good. And Hitmonchan's going to come back in here. And because we want switch advantage, we can line this up perfectly. Hitmonchan with the Melmetal, and then Umbreon with the Sableye. So very good for us. This is likely going to be a Rock Slide, which would be resisted, but of course, Hitmonchan is so glassy that we don't want to get hit by it. I expect the switch to come out here, so I bring up my switch trade. They do switch into the Sableye. We're down 2 shields here. But this is a very favorable matchup for us with the Umbreon. And we charge energy so quickly with Snarl, so this is actually a really good position for us. They're going to have to burn both shields. And now we're in an even situation again. And our Hitmonchan has energy in the back as well, so we should be able to get off a power punch against that Melmetal. And this matchup here against the Sableye should go in our favor. Let's see if this will KO. It's a power gem, won't KO. He switches into Melmetal, which I don't mind, to be honest. It's going to do a lot of damage here. And I switch into Hitmonchan and just go for the charge move here. Power punch should probably be enough here. No, it's not, but the counter with the boost is definitely going to be enough. Twerk 5 RP is up next. And in this matchup, back to the Swampert lead. Now, Swampert versus Altaria is a very, very bad situation for us. So we're going to switch into the Azumarill. I do expect to switch out there. They bring in Registeel. This is why having Hydro Pump is very important. So it's either Ice Beam, Hydro Pump, or Play Rough, Hydro Pump, I find is the moveset you want to run. Play Rough, Ice Beam can be okay, but it's very risky running Azumarill without the Hydro Pump for situations like this against the Registeel. And here I'm probably going to let this go through, I'd imagine. Yeah, so this is going to pose a threat to us in the back, though. Once we lose our Azumarill, of course, because Swampert isn't going to be able to do anything to it. And Hitmonchan is going to take a lot of damage from the Altaria. However, it does have Ice Punch at least, which is going to hit pretty heavy because of the shadow damage. But we'll have to see what happens here. Our opponent actually switched into Deoxys, which is great for us because we could bring in the Swampert, which is a very favorable matchup here against Deoxys. Going to resist the Rock Slide and the Thunderbolt, unless it's running Psycho Boost. But most of them are not running Psycho Boost, in large part because it debuffs the attack. So the Altaria comes back out, and I need to get off a charge move before I faint. Preferably, you'd want to go for Sludge Wave here, but I wasn't sure if I'd make it. So I'm saving all my shields here for the Hitmonchan, of course. I'm going to have to shield up here. Thankfully, we can charge Ice Punches really quickly. And let's see if this Altaria thinks we are running Ice Punch. These Sky Attacks can do a lot of damage, but it should take the Altaria a while to get to another one. And we should be able to get to 2 Ice Punches before that happens. I'm actually going for the bait here, which is extremely risky. Let's see if they shield. They do shield. And I'm going to switch into the Azumarill, hoping to take this charge attack, which I do. Great swap there. And that is going to likely win us the game here. Registeel falls on its back. Ice Punch is going to come through. Sack Swap is what won us the game there. Ice Punch comes in, wins the game. Shadow Hitmonchan, really good, especially with shields. Low Top is up next. And again, we're going to Swampert lead into another Skarmory. Shiny Skarmory at that. I really want a Shiny Skarmory really bad. One of my favorite Pokemon. Switches out into Azumarill, and this could be a big problem for Azumarill if they were expecting the Hydro Cannon. Oh, they shield. Wow, heads up play there. Thought they were swapping in to take the damage. We could survive this Ice Beam here. So I'm not going to shield, and I know we get to another charge move. Let's see if they choose to shield this Sludge Wave here. If not, they're going to burn both shields, and I could bring in my Azumarill after with the Play Rough, so we'll be in a great position. They choose not to shield. I'm okay with that. And I switch out before we can faint because they are locked in to the Azumarill. Let's see if they have Play Rough. If they don't, this is an even better situation. Nope, they go for Hydro Pump. So most likely they are not running Play Rough here. And this is going to KO. Let's see if they choose to burn a shield. No, they do not. And the Skarmory is going to come back in. Not the worst matchup here. We are going to shield this. Pretty favorable situation. I don't want my Hitmonchan to go up against this Skarmory, of course. Going to go for the Hydro Pump here. It's going to do a lot of damage. And our opponent chooses not to shield, so very good for us. Sky Attack is going to come through. This will not KO, so I'm going to allow it. And hopefully get to a play rough here. I am not expecting a shield here. And once we get rid of this Skarmory, Hitmonchan should be in the clear, hopefully. They bring in Haunter. Okay, no, that is not good for Hitmonchan at all. So we are in a very bad situation here. Go for the Power Punch. He doesn't shield. So Ice Punch would have been better there, of course. They have to shield here. And obviously they are going to shield this next charge move. But Haunter charges so quickly he's actually going to feint us before that. Shadow Punch will be enough to take out the very glassy Hitmonchan. Swampert's dead. Azumarill's dead. And just a little tap there by the Haunter finishes us off. So in that situation, we're kind of in a bad situation because both Haunter and Skarmory had very favorable matchups against the Hitmonchan. But here we are leading with Azumarill lead this time. Azumarill is a very good lead in Great League. We'll have to see how it performs now with all the grass types that are going to be in this season. But Jirachi here. Would have preferred to have Swampert in this position, obviously. But we're going for Azumarill. And I believe we have Alolan Muk and Hitmonchan in this lineup. We'll have to see. This should be a Doom Desire. I'm going to shield it up. And he switches out into his own Azumarill. Okay, we'll go for the play rough here. Let's see if he chooses to shield this. Does not. And can we get to one more? Unlikely. And I'm going to let this go through. And let's see what I have. It is an Alolan Muk. And it looks like I'm running Poison Jab on this Muk. So it's doing super effective damage to the Azumarill. So instead of the high energy gain from Snarl, I'm running the high damage from Poison Jab instead. And we actually farmed out, which is insane. Let's see what they bring back in. It is a Registeel, so I'm going to go for Acid Spray here, lower that defense. But of course, he could switch out here. But we get off an Acid Spray. A Dark Pulse. Dark Pulse does a lot of damage there. He actually switches out into the Jirachi. And I'm going to bring in the Hitmonchan here. So this is a very interesting situation. Hitmonchan's going to take a lot of damage from these confusions. However, this should be enough to KO. And that Registeel, when it comes back in, should be able to get farmed down. We'll have to see. I'm very close to a Power Punch, I think. But that Registeel should have some energy on it. And we do get to the Power Punch. Very fortunate for us there. Hitmonchan coming in through clutch. So in this game, compared to the last one, we had two Pokemon that were weak against Hitmonchan as opposed to last game where they were strong against Hitmonchan. So Ratasinpiel. Haunter lead. Leading with Azumarill again here. And we're just going to go for the play rough, of course. Let's see if we're banking on the Shadow Punch. Here's a Shadow Ball again. Going to do a lot of damage. But Haunter, of course, super glassy, so these bubbles are taking out a lot of damage. Do expect the shield here. Not sure if we'll be able to farm down. No, we get to the play rough before that, so we'll have to burn both shields here. So our Azumarill is going to go down, but we got both of the Haunter shields. And in this situation, I'm definitely going to bring in the Muk here. And I think we're still running Poison Jab here. Let's see. So Shadow Punch, not very effective, of course. Muk is a great counter to Haunter here. This should be another Shadow Punch. I do choose Shield. I thought maybe it would be a Shadow Ball at the time. And this is definitely going to be a Shadow Punch. This Haunter had so much energy, wow. Thankfully, Muk could handle all of that. And we still have one shield. We could have actually took all those punches and survived. Oh my gosh. Great swap there. What an amazing pro swap that was. But it's only an Acid Spray. I should have actually went for the Dark Pulse there, but we're kind of in a tricky spot because if I lost my Muk there, my Hitmonchan wouldn't be able to do anything to the Azumarill. So tricky spot, and this is not looking good because Hitmonchan should feint here. So the Azumarill, oh no, wow, I think he undercharged that, I believe. because he wants the Azumarill to farm down on the Hitmonchan for sure. Yeah, so he can get off a charge move. Makes sense. So I believe we will end up losing this match. Ice Punch isn't going to do anything. This Azumarill for sure has energy now. And I was clicking on the Acid Spray. Couldn't get to it before, so this will KO. And Hitmonchan's going to come back in with no energy. Well played. Good swap. If it was a Sludge Wave, it would have been amazing. Furman 4 here. Altaria lead. Very bad matchup for Swampert. In this situation, I always switch into my Azumarill if I'm running this particular lineup of Swampert and Azumarill, which is very weak to grass. Switches into Nidoking. Very spicy pick. Don't see many Nidokings in the Great League. And this is what I love about Great League. I mean, you would never see this kind of thing in Master League. So, goes for the charge move. This Nidoking is weak to the Azumarill, so very good situation for us. Play Rough here will be enough to KO, even though it's resisted. Altaria's going to come back out. Oh, really wanted to get off that Play Rough. Choosing not to shield here. Wow. That is a very risky play. And we're bringing in the Hitmonchan. This is extremely risky, because neither Hitmonchan nor Swampert can handle this Altaria. We're going for the Power Punch. And we're going to have to beat this Altaria to the Ice Punch if we want any chance of winning this game. They switch out. We bring in Poliwrath to absorb this hit. Go for the Hydro Cannon here. Close to another one. And let's see if Swampert can win this matchup, because this is going to be very important. Our Hitmonchan does have the Ice Punch ready, and that should be enough to KO the Altaria. Dynamic Punch is not going to finish off the Swampert. Oh my goodness, I didn't click it. Why was I over farming there? Oh, I think I see what I did here. I wanted to farm up a little bit more on the Hitmonchan just in case I didn't have enough ready for the Ice Punch. And this should be enough to KO. Yes, it is. Wow. Shadow Punch. Shadow damage from Ice Punch does so much on Hitmonchan. Really good Pokemon. And we ended up beating that Altaria. That was very impressive. Swampert versus Umbreon lead here. And Umbreon a very good lead. Swampert versus Umbreon match is very close. I believe it is IV dependent. Umbreon should win in most situations. My Swampert is really, really good PvP IVs. I believe it's number 2. And we're just going to spam Hydro Cannons here. And we still do have both shields, so I'm going to burn one here. Both of these Pokemon generate charge moves very quickly. I'm going to go for the Hydro Cannon. Let's see what our opponent chooses to do. So if I choose to shield here, we would be able to... No, I'm going to let it go. Okay. And I could let this go because Hitmonchan can come in here and farm down. But I could also bring in a Azumarill. Either one is favorable. Hitmonchan get that energy. If you get the energy lead on Hitmonchan, it's very dangerous. Gonna go for the Power Punch here. But this is a very bad situation for Hitmonchan, of course. So we're gonna bring in the Azumarill. And the Thunderbolt's going to come through. I'm gonna switch into the Registeel here. Go for this Hydro Pump. And this should be a Flash Cannon. Gonna take that hit. And another charge was gonna come through here. Get off this Hydro Pump, which is going to be huge for us. Switch into the Hitmonchan. Hopefully to farm down. We are able to farm down. Deoxys is going to come in the back. We're going to go for the Ice Punches now. And this is going to be a really close game. We do beat it to another Ice Punch, so is this going to be enough? I'm not sure if this will be enough to KO, actually. It's not. This will KO, and the Azumarill should be able to come in, and one bubble will win us the match. Yes, one bubble. So we win just by the skin of our teeth there. Very good win. O10-0081 is up next. This is the last matchup in the set. Swampert versus Azumarill matchup here. Now this Swampert could win this matchup as long as you're running Sludge Wave. However, it's really dependent on baits. If your opponent shields the Hydro Cannon or lets the Sludge Wave go through, you're in a very good position here. I built up here for close to 2 Hydro Pumps and go for the Hydro Cannon. And now I'm going to go for the Sludge Wave. They are very likely to think this is back-to-back Hydro Cannons. Let's see if they choose to burn 2 shields. They do, wow. So they burnt both shields. And I do shield here. I should get to another Sludge Wave before they get to a charge move. We have to be wary of the potential switch out here. This Sludge Wave is going to almost KO. Personally there, I think I would have probably let the Swampert go down and just bring in these our own Azumarill. Because we would have been able to take out that Azumarill, have a lot of energy on our own, and still have a shield left, which is definitely more important in this situation because Meganium's coming in, and we don't have Ice Punch obviously, so here it is, the Grass type really destroys this double water team. And of course Hitmonchan is running Ice Punch, but this is definitely a situation where we would have wanted Ice Beam, especially because shields are down. But the play rough's still going to do a healthy amount, and Hitmonchan's going to come in, farm down that Meganium, but it is a Deoxys in the back, so unfortunately we're going to end up losing this game. If you guys enjoyed this video, want to see more content, please leave in the comments what you want to see me try out. I upload daily PvP content, going to be doing a lot more Great League battles now that it's coming back. And thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.